Welcome to my video, and we're going to be talking about the next generation of finance. And what I'm about to share with you is being created by the first person to create a stablecoin known as Theta, popularly referred to as USDT, United States Dollar Theta, by name Mr. Reef Collins. So Mr. Reef Collins created Theta, and which is a digital asset class. And what I'm about to share with you has already won, a Guinness Record Award, World Guinness Award, or you can call it Guinness World Records. And this same person, Mr. Reef Collins, created what I'm about to share with you right now, known as WeFi. WeFi is a DeoBanking platform, and it's the first fully compliant on-chain banking. And this is going to be powered by stablecoin. And DeoBank is an acronym which simply means decentralized on-chain banking. It's a new class of financial institutions that blends the reliability of traditional banking that you already know, with the limitless possibility of blockchain. Now, let's talk blockchain briefly. For those who don't or who are not yet familiar with blockchain, I'm going to do justice by asking ChatGPT what is blockchain. So let's talk about blockchain here. What is blockchain? In a simple literal form, blockchain is a simply a digital record book that stores information in a very secure way, and it's very transparent. And these are the literal form in which you can understand it even much better. What about block? Let's break it down to two, block and chain. Block simply means a chunk of information like a page in a notebook. Chain simply means these pages are linked together, with one another. And the blockchain, so to speak, simply means a chain of information block. So you can also refer to it as a notebook that anyone can see through. No one can secretly change anything there. And whatever is written there stays there for life. It's immutable. You cannot change anything. And every new page is linked to the previous one. This is ChatGPT talking about blockchain. And what makes it special is that it is decentralized. No person or bank controls it. It's immutable. It's transparent and anyone can see, and view it publicly anywhere in the world. You cannot say that for our traditional banks where our money is right now. So you don't know what they do with it. You are only concerned that my money is there. Money makes money. You are supposed to understand how those monies are being used, and probably you can also get some. But that will not be shared with you. And that's what makes blockchain, the new, system that is globally embraced. It is very secured. Once recorded, it's extremely hard to alter it. Very, very hard to alter it. So this is what blockchain represents. Let's go back to our presentation. Now that you understand what blockchain is, and I would also like to share with you, the transactions that is already going on blockchain without the traditional banking system. Over $2.53 trillion. Can you see? This is huge. And these are assets on the blockchain like Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT that we just talked about now, that was created by Reef Collins, who is now in charge of creating, WeFi. It's already created. It's not that it's even created. It's already created. The infrastructure is created. No, those who are going to use it is what is being aligned one after the other. We'll talk about BNB, we'll talk about USDT or USDC, Solana, and the likes of them. All of these, if you put them together, so many of them, they are all on the blockchain, not on the traditional banking, platform. No, $2.53 trillion. That's huge, Now, talking about WeFi. WeFi has built an infrastructure whereby this same asset I just mentioned right now, this same asset I just discussed right now, can now go through the banking platform as well. Is that not interesting? Whereby, traditional fiat currencies and digital currencies can now, work on the same banking account, work on one banking platform. You don't need any other, platforms in order for you to access digital currencies or exchange it to your local currency. So that infrastructure has been built by WeFi. Now, the banks that will run fiat and digital currencies simultaneously in one account are called the DeoBanks. Those are service provider, and this is where you and I, we are the beneficiaries of it. We are going to be using it, and it's going to help us a lot. It cuts a lot of things very, very, short, and all those bureaucracies, borders, and all those things will no longer interfere in our way of finance. It simply means you want to send money, receive money, things like that. Yes, you get what I'm saying. So this is the infrastructure, like I said earlier. WeFi has created the infrastructure, like I told you, and the service providers are going to be DeoBanks, decentralized on-chain banks. I hope you are getting it now. Then we are the users. We're already familiar with banking platforms, how we can send money, receive money, things like that, So we are going to be using it, and that is, growth. That's the growth that everybody, an inclusive growth that you are using this bank, you will now be part of the wealth generation of this new generation banking platforms. I hope you understand the area at which we're going. So this is the world first Deo banking platform. Is known as D1. D1 is the first of its kind. Many other banks will come along. It's the first of its kind. So you need to quickly understand where this is going. And let me also reiterate this point. You need to make your own research to understand this deeper so that we can be all on the same page. Yes, I need to have said that in the beginning, but now that I remember, so just do your own due diligence. So the first bank that is going to be decentralized, that's going to be operating both fiat and cryptocurrency asset together in one bank account, is known as D1. Is an on-chain banking platform, money beyond borders. D1 blends the reliability of banking with a limitless possibility of blockchain. I like that phrase a lot. I like that phrase because, I deal with USDT, all those digital assets. Sometimes I have to go to Bybit, Binance to exchange it. Some of us go to Luno, Remitano, and all those things. You don't need that anymore. With one account, that is now a doable thing for you. So you can spend money anywhere you are in the world, and everybody will now be, a co-owner of this banking platform, because any transactions you do pays you money back as well. Yes, pays you money back. So you share in the wealth generation of this new and next generation of banking system. One account, one balance. So in perspective, take a look at it. This is how it's going to look. You're already familiar with this interface. So nothing changed. It's not a new interface that you have to learn how it works. No, it's just normal. You can send money to somebody who does not have a cryptocurrency account. It doesn't even need to have a cryptocurrency account. You don't need to tell somebody go and download Binance, Bybit, except he wants to do other things on it. But in terms of sending money, receiving money, yes, you can have digital currency, like let's say USDT, and you can send that money from this same account. You can send it from this same account to the person who is using fiat, you can see, and also to the person who is also already on crypto. So you can send it to either of those, seamlessly. I love that. So in another perspective, take a look at it. Global money feels local. Hold, send, and receive in the currency that matters to you. So you don't have to create different accounts for all of this anymore. No, if somebody needs to send you money in euro, if you want to send money to someone in euro, yes, you can do that. In pounds sterling, in Japanese yen, in rupee, in naira, in Kenyan shillings, you can now do that in Ghanaian cedis. All of that is now possible right now. That's exactly what we are saying. Now, at the center of all of this is the utility. The utility is the WeFi, token that will be used for settling transactions. This will be embedded on the ground. You won't even know all of these technical jargons. No, your own is to send money, receive money in the currency that you are familiar with. But this is the the utility token that settles all of the transactions. It's known as WeFi. And all the banking models that are in conformity with DeoBank. DeoBank means banks that are ready to start using both fiat currency and cryptocurrency simultaneously in one account. Yes, this is what they're going to be using as their settlement layer, for transactions. Either send money, either use ATM, whatnot, everything. This is the center of it, WeFi, and it's a token. Now, this token is already listed on the currency market. It's already at number 220. You can see how fast it's moving. It's already amongst top 50, top 250, tokens at the value of $2.59 as at the time, I took this, shot, $2.59. But that's not where it started from. It started at this price. Take a look at it. It started at 0.18 cents. 0.18 cents. You see, it's already growing. This was September 2024. So 2024, from that time to 2026, is going to have his first halving. His first halving, that's 2 years. He's going to have his first halving in September 2026, which is this year, that I'm doing this recording. And I want you to understand that this is the big deal that makes me to do this video. Take a look at all of this. You can see that WeFi is at the center of all of these other transactions that you are looking at here. It simply means from non-custodial banking, if people want to have privacy of their account, for ATM withdrawals, for card services, for virtual like Apple and Google Pay services, for loans, for crypto deposit and withdrawals, for earnings, for crypto cashback, exchange, all of this is what is going to power it. As all of those DeoBank are coming in one by one, remember I already told you about the first one that you and I can open accounts with. Is launching very soon. It's called D1. D1 is the first of the Deo banking model that's coming on, and other ones will follow. So this is going to be at the center. Why is this a big deal? Why is this a big deal? The big deal that you need to understand is this. This is the big deal. This token that's going to be used as the center of the utility for settlement of transaction. Do you know that that's how Bitcoin was also launched 15 years ago? 15 years ago, with $10. For those who understand where the future of finance is going, they could actually afford 14,000 BTC, which is 14,000 Bitcoin, with just $10. Do you know that today, Bitcoin is over $70,000 per one? So this is more or less like you're having an asset. It's more or less like you have a landed property and you have them numerous, plots or hectares or, like that. By the time you have that and you begin to, sell, you are in money. Imagine somebody having 14,000 pieces of it and it just sold just one, and one is $70,000. You can use that for things that you want to do. You still have extra. You still have a lot. And that's equivalent of 980 million in dollars. Now, take a look at your own currency here. I'm sorry if your currency is not listed, but this is just a few examples that we could make. I live in Nigeria, and that is equivalent to 1.3 trillion, just by understanding finance, simple finance, that, okay, let me buy this as an asset, keep it, and allow some time. Then over time, growth will tell the story better. That's exactly. But this story was about Bitcoin. That's about Bitcoin. We have that same opportunity now. I've just shared with you the next level of banking, which is called, decentralized Onchain Banking, whereby fiat money, which is paper traditional money, and digital currency will be together in one account. You can send it regardless of whether the person owns a cryptocurrency account or not. The person will receive in the currency that is familiar with, and the person can also send you money, vice versa, and the money will land in a stable coin in your own DeoBank account. That's it. So the first of its kind of such bank is called D1. It's launching very soon, whereby you can use it, limitless possibilities. And that's why at this stage, regulation is what is being finalized in countries that will be allowed to use it. And before you know it, it's going to be everywhere. So for those of us who understand where this is going, you can quickly key into this opportunity that is available now. It's called ITO. ITO is a real value from day one. This simply means you can have this technology that produces this token. The Wi-Fi token that's going to be at the center of all of this ecosystem, powering this ecosystem in terms of transaction, settlement, and all of those things. That token, you can be generating it for yourself right now. We only have a limited time. We can only generate it for 5 years. That's the unfortunate part of it. Only for 5 years. And every 2 years, it decreases in value in terms of the quantity it produces. Every 2 years. By September 2026, I beg your pardon, September this year, 2026, the quantity you start getting now will be reduced. So because that is what they call halving. So every 2 years, it keeps reducing. So the best you can do for yourself is to plug in, to Wi-Fi technology and start generating this token for yourself. You don't need to go buy the token itself. The token is already worth $2 plus. It's going to be worth $100, $200. But how about you having the cow that produces the milk? The cow produces, unlimited amount, while the milk is the finished product. The token in the market now, for those who don't know, who are not privy about this information I'm sharing, would probably go buy the token. And they'll be worried about inflation because as it's going up, down, they'll be worried. But you are not going to be in that class. When you have this token, this particular technology known as, ITO, Initial Technology Offering, it generates this token for you. And every day, every 24 hours, it mines it. It's called mining. Let me take you there so that you can have an opportunity to see what it looks like. So this is it here. I'm going to click on my own Wi-Fi app. And it's going to open up and show me the activities of what is being done. Now it's coming up. Take a look at it. This is my cloud-based mining device. With this, it's already mining, Wi-Fi for me. From the date I started using it, which is on the 8th of April, it has already mined 6.15. So with $250, you can start with this. Because I choose to be a community builder. Yes, I need to be part of those who shares this information with the rest of the world. So with $250, you will have your own technology like this, automatic. You don't have to do anything. Whether your phone is on or off, it continues mining every day for 5-year period. So think about the quantity you will have between now and the next 5-year period. This is an asset class that you can have and it can continue to generate for you. Now, what can you do with this? Do you know that in between this period of 5 years, you can actually get a loan and use this particular unit and the quantity it has generated as your collateral? You can get a loan instead of selling it. Those who don't have this will probably sell theirs because they need money. Those who didn't sell Bitcoin 15 years ago, they are the ones enjoying it today. Some people will tell you, and I had the opportunity to have Bitcoin. Some will even tell you that they had Bitcoin, but they sold it at some point because they don't know what the future holds for Bitcoin. Now that we are wise, now that we understand what's going on, that opportunity, we cannot afford to let it slip away from us. So what you can do now is to avail yourself. This technology is a cloud-based mining, device. It works on your phone. It works on your laptop. You don't have to plug in it. You don't have to download anything. No, once you have the Wi-Fi app, which is the account, then at the section of it is called N. You'll be able to see how it's generating. So this is what it has done for me. And this Wi-Fi that it has mined is equivalent of $12.63. You know why I'm excited to show this with you now? This is the beginning. This is small now. This will become so big in the next 1, 2, 3 years down the line. And this value, whatever the price of Wi-Fi is in the market, is going to, translate to what you're looking at right here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is better than any ROI system that you are looking at out there now that is not reliable. All those ROI that promise 1%, 2%, 3%. See, we have seen it, we've done it, and it has disappointed many of us. In whatever shape or size that they may be, I want you to put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. Something that can be valuable for you in the next few years to come. Think about how your last 5 years was. Now, the next 5 years to this time, this can become your financial security that can be generating something substantial and tangible for you. Take a look at the next opportunity you have. You also have share certificate. The moment you're able to avail $250, you will also have a share certificate, and this share certificate will also become money over time, because this is the evaluation stages it's going to go through. The moment WeFi is now top 100 cryptocurrency in the world, the value of this share will now become $1. $1. And that simply means these 506 shares automatically turns to $506. The moment, this WeFi asset becomes top 50 digital assets in the world, it translates to $4. That means this share becomes $4. It automatically means whatever I have here will translate to times $4. And by the time it becomes SaaS product, which is software as a service, it becomes, $40. $40. So whatever I have up here will be multiplied by 40. And by the time it becomes part of the AI sector, it's going to be $80. $80. $80. Whatever I have up here will be translated or multiplied by 80. The best you can do for yourself right now is to start mining. When you start mining, automatically you also have a share, and this shares grows over time. So this is the second benefit in addition to the mining. And for those who wants to be a community, team builder, yes, all you need is just 250 units of ITO that mines for you. Then you're already automatically a community builder, and you'll be earning up to, from 5% up to 20%. Yes, and that is based on the volume and the number of people in terms of the volume in your team organization. I will talk about that extensively in my next video. The beauty of this that you need to understand is that this particular ITO, take a look at it, this particular ITO, the unit price currently is at block 23, which is 65 cents. Once this block finishes, which is finishing in a few days time, is going to go to this next price that you're looking at, 0.675. It's going to move up to that point. Currently, this particular block was opened on the 27th of March, and you can see how fast it's moving. So 48 million ITOs will be distributed, sold, and once that is sold, it moves to this next price. Think about it. From block 1, now at block 23, you still need to thank yourself and thank God that you are still hearing about this right now. Imagine what this would have been for you if you heard it when it was block 1, when it was block 5 or block 10. Now at block 23, you need to make haste while the sun shines. So before I close, I would also like to let you understand that there's an example I can also use to relay that with you. Take a look at a particular individual who bought 1,000 units of this ITO August 2025, and that's a total unit of 2,667, mining 12.75 WeFi for him on a daily basis. Are you seeing that? Look at what is mining for me on a daily basis. Is mining, look at what is mining. Let me show you right here. Look at what is mining for me every day with $250. That's 0.78 WeFi. While this person I just shared with you right now is currently generating 12 every day as at the time he bought it, because the block price at time he bought it is not the same 0.65 cents, maybe 10 cents, maybe 11 cents. And you have enough quantity, and between a 5-year period this would have amounted to over 25,000 WeFi. Now let's put it in perspective. What if this same $2 for WeFi, $2, I'm not talking about the ITO now, the ITO current price is 65 cents, but the price of the WeFi itself is $2 now in the market. So, and if it maintains that same $2 in the next 5 years, so that simply means the total quantity that this person had mined for that time period of 5 years, 25,000 WeFi, will amount to $50,000. If it goes to $5, if it goes to $10, if it goes to $20, $50, and $100, which we surpass. We already know it's going to surpass this. You know why? Because this is what a lot of banks coming up as DeoBanks, this is the center utility token that they'll be using to settle transactions. So definitely the price will go up. So the best you can do right now is to quickly key into this, get yourself this mining device, and start making use of it. I would like to stop here
so that it won't get too long. My name is CKA1 at Biodun Badru Info. Thanks for watching, and watch out for my next video coming up soon. Bye for now.